Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Today I want to tell you the story of a man whose voice echoed from the heavens, but whose back was once pressed against the burning desert sand.
He was a slave. He had no power, no status, no protection, and yet he became one of the most beloved companions of the Prophet. And his name was Bilal ibn Rabah. Bilal was born into slavery in Mecca. His mother Hamama was an African slave, and so Bilal inherited her chains. He worked for Umayyah ibn Khalaf, one of the most powerful and cruel men in all of Mecca. Bilal had no rights, no freedom, no voice. But deep in his heart, something stirred. Because when word began to spread about a man named Muhammad, who spoke of one God, of justice, of the equality of all people, Bilal listened. And in secret he believed. When Umayyah found out, his rage was merciless. Every day at the peak of the Arabian heat, Bilal was dragged into the desert. His back was pressed against the scorching sand. A massive boulder was placed on his chest, so heavy he could barely breathe. And Umayyah stood over him and demanded, "Deny Muhammad. Worship our gods, and this will all stop." But from cracked and burning lips, Bilal said one word, over and over again. One. Allah is one. Not a speech, not an argument, just one word, repeated with every breath he had left. One day Abu Bakr as Siddiq passed by and saw Bilal under the boulder. His heart broke. He went straight to Umayyah and said, "How long will you torture this man?" Umayyah said, "You caused this, so you fix it." Abu Bakr paid for Bilal's freedom on the spot. When Bilal stood up, free for the first time in his life, Abu Bakr said, "He is free for the sake of Allah." And Bilal wept. But here's what moves the heart most. The Prophet heard what Bilal had said under the boulder. And he said, "I heard Bilal's voice in Jannah. While Bilal was being tortured on earth, his voice was already being heard in paradise." Years later, after the migration to Medina, the Muslims needed a way to call people to prayer. The Prophet chose Bilal. The man who was silenced by a boulder was now given the highest voice in all of Islam. Bilal climbed to the top of the mosque, and for the first time in history, the adhan rang out across Medina. The same lips that said only one Allah under the burning sun now called the entire Ummah to prayer. Allah had not forgotten him. Allah had been preparing him. When the Prophet passed away, Bilal could no longer bring himself to give the adhan in Medina. Every time he reached the word, "I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah," he would break down in tears. He couldn't finish. The grief was too great. He left Medina and went to Syria, where he spent his remaining years. He gave the adhan only once more, when Umar visited Syria and requested it personally. And when his voice rang out again, the companions who heard it wept openly, because it reminded them of the Prophet, of Medina, of the days they would never get back. Bilal had nothing by the world's standards. He was a slave. He had no tribe, no wealth, no army to protect him. But he had one thing that no boulder could crush: certainty in Allah. And that one thing changed everything. The next time life puts a boulder on your chest, the next time you feel silenced, forgotten, or crushed by circumstances, remember Bilal. Say what he said, with what he had, from where he was. Allah is one, and he hears every word.
Bilal's full name was Bilal ibn Rabah. Al-Habashi means the Abyssinian, the African. Allah chose an African slave to be the first mu'adhin in the history of Islam. That was no accident.